Hi, I'm going to show you how to change the oil. The first thing you need is, well, junky clothes. Okay, this will do. Okay, so what you'll need is some form of rag, a socket wrench, a 17mm socket, an oil filter for whatever kind of car you have. For this one, I'm going to be doing it on a Honda Pilot 2007. About 4 quarts of oil, again, whatever your car needs, and an oil pan. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is, as you can see down here, this orange lever is the checking what level the oil is at. So you just pull on it, take your rag, you wipe it off, you put it back in, and then you take it out again. And if this oil line is in between the little lines, these little crosses, then that's good. But if it's above or below it, then that's really bad. As you can see, mine's very below it, so that's when you know you need to change the oil. Okay, so now I'm going to drain the oil. What you need is your ratchet and socket, your rag, and your oil pan. So you locate the pan of oil. It says engine oil on it. It's usually by the front right tire. And your socket, and your socket might be different, but you find out which socket you need, and then you just loosen it until oil starts spilling out. Right there it says engine oil, and right here is usually where the socket is. Right here. So what I'll need to do is take my wrench, first put my oil pan underneath, take my wrench, and just loosen it up. Okay, so now you have it loose. You can just unscrew it with your hands until the oil starts just spilling out. You might want to wear rubber gloves for this, because this is sort of a messy process. Okay, so then you get your rag and you put the nut that you got from the oil pan and you wrap it in it like this, so it doesn't touch the ground and doesn't get dirty. Okay, I'll put that aside for now and I'll wait for all the oil to drain out. Okay, so while I'm waiting for the oil to drain out, I'm gonna replace the oil filter, and it should be right next to the oil that you just changed. So you crawl down here. That orange thing right there, there's the oil pan. It's right next to it, so I'll need to change that. Okay, so basically what I did was I took the oil filter out and I let it drain, and then while it was draining, I took the nut from the original oil pan and I put it back on there and let the oil filter drain out for a little while. And after it was done, I put the new oil filter in there, and so they're both in there right now. And what we're going to do now is we're going to put more oil in the car. So you're going to need about 4 quarts of this oil. And down here, there's a knob that says engine oil. It's right next to the engine. And it goes to the oil, obviously. So you unscrew it and take out the cap. And I'd recommend having a funnel for this, because trying to pour 4 quarts of oil into that little hole is pretty hard. So you're gonna need a funnel. And if your funnel is too big, well, okay. So I have a new funnel. This one's a bit smaller. You just stick it right in there, and you should be able to use your oil and pour it in. This is about 5 quarts and of oil, so I'll only need to use about from here down to here. So don't use it all if you have this sort of oil. start up really high. Okay, so once you put 4 quarts in there, put the cap, take the funnel out first, of course, and then you put the cap back on. You get your rag, and you check the oil level like you did in the beginning. And as you can see, that mine is no longer down here, but it's in the lines. Yep, that's pretty much everything you have to do. And just make sure that then the oil nut is on correctly.